In addition to resolving the question of priestly celibacy without opening the door to the ordination of married men, the exhortation Beloved Amazon includes many other fundamental issues for the region and for the whole church. The Pope insists the sacraments must be accessible and regrets the lack of the Church's presence in the region. Therefore, he reinforces the role of the laity rather than promoting the priesthood for married men or clericalizing the role of women with the female diaconate or priesthood.
The
response of the Synod and the Apostolic Exhortation is to see the range of possibilities and potentialities we have not yet taken advantage of, and above all, to encourage the bishops to send missionaries to the region, to encourage the formation of deacons and the development of other ministries that make the Church present among peoples, even in the most remote regions.
Beloved Amazon underlines the Amazon peoples have the right to have the gospel proclaimed to them. He says if they do not, each ecclesial structure will become just one more NGO. Pope Francis is clear, saying do not quickly describe as superstition or paganism certain religious practices that arise spontaneously from the life of peoples. He says it is possible to take up an indigenous symbol without necessarily considering it as idolatry. The Pope asks not to culturally colonize the region, but to help her make the best of herself. Therefore, he insists those on the outside should not fall into stereotypes and avoid unfair generalizations, simplistic arguments, and conclusions drawn only on the basis of our own mindsets and experiences.
The first thing is to remove the prejudice against indigenous people. There is the idea that indigenous peoples are permanently the same without ever changing. The communities are alive and have their own proposals.
On the other hand, the Pope invites these peoples to protect themselves from a cultural invasion. At the same time, he asks they don't become a completely enclosed, ahistoric, static indigenism who refuse all forms of integration. He describes injustice and crime, national and international initiatives, as those which harm the Amazon and fail to respect the right of the original peoples to the land and its boundaries.
Do they still want more land? We had so much, but now we have almost nothing. Yet they still want to take more. They want to take away the land and kill us. The Peruvian government see these populations as a necessary evil, as second-rate populations abandoned in a territory that must be exploited. For them, they are unprepared and incompetent people.
Therefore, he asks for rules that set limits and ensure the protection of ecosystems from the huge global economic interests. He says the solution is not internationalizing the Amazon. At the individual level, the Pope proposes a change in lifestyle and consumption models. He invites everyone to learn how to contemplate from indigenous peoples, because on many occasions our God-given aesthetic and contemplative sense is blocked. Beloved Amazon unites caring for Amazonian peoples and caring for their ecosystem. The Pope warns that if they are separated, the life and beauty of the Amazon will be destroyed, even though people would like to keep thinking nothing is happening. Pope Francis invites everyone to listen to the wisdom of the indigenous that inspires care and respect for creation and prohibits its abuse. The Pope wants the Church to be at the forefront of caring for Amazonian values and lifestyle. He wants it done with total transparency. That's why he asks to pay special attention to the provenance of donations, as well as to investments made by ecclesiastical institutions or individual Christians.
Would you like to see the Pope up close and personal? Download the Rome Reports app right now on your phone. There are versions available for both iPhone and Android, in Spanish and English. You will receive the best images of Pope Francis every day right to your cell phone, including his daily homily, his trips around the world, his meetings with global leaders, his acts of mercy to the needy. All this in a short and direct format Brief videos of 1 to 2 minutes so you can watch wherever you are. Open your cell phone now. Download the Rome Reports app. And follow Pope Francis everywhere.